Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at Multivac. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, with that being said, we're jumping straight into the daily chart. This is Multivac on KuCoin. So you can see that we do have this light blue support trend line that we've been holding ever since October 8th. And we've been adhering to that, and we had a bounce over here October 15th, October 19th, and November 4th and November 6th. And we're holding the 20 EMA very nicely over here. And we actually started a move. And I think I did mention this in the Telegram chat or on the Discord server that Multivac was a great buy. And I did make a quick flip with Multivac today. And if you see something, adhering to the 20 EMA and holding it as support for, several days, and here you can see we've held it pretty nicely as support, then there's a good chance that it might start moving from there because it had this nice move up. It went back to find support, landed on the 20 EMA, and, got held by this light blue trend line. And now we're starting the next leg up, which is great. And as you can see, we have been rejected from this 1.272 at 0.028 cents, and that will be our resistance line. And I think once we start breaking through that, obviously we do have the 1.414 and the 1.618 as our next targets, mainly the 1.618 at 0.0319 cents. But I do want you to pay attention to this upper light blue trend line. Now, this is a resistance trend line that we've been adhering to ever since September 5th. You can see we had one touch over here, two touches over here, and a couple of touches over here at the end of October. So we're getting rejected from this trend line. And what this means for you is that you want to be paying attention to that, because once you start getting closer to it, this might be a nice place to take a bit of profits before Multivac rolls over, finds support at one of these fib levels, either the 1.272 or the 1.414, and that's where you buy back in. If that's something that you do, obviously. If not, if you're just a hodler, then just hodl until you reach your target. But there is a good chance that we get a bit of a rejection over here and roll back over. Also, what can happen is just we absolutely blast through this and then backtest as support. A backtest of support is usually what you look for, even though when you get too overextended, you think to yourself, well, there is no chance we're going to come back down here this low and backtest it as support. Trust me, more often than not, you do come back and test the trend line back as support. So yeah, those are the things to keep in mind on the daily chart, very important. But as you can see, what is happening on the larger, picture here is we're getting tighter and tighter. Now, this is not a rising wedge by any means, because it's too big to be a rising wedge, and a rising wedge is usually a bit tighter. So this is just a support and a resistance trend line, and you're just getting tighter in this little pattern, this little kind of it is a wedge of sorts, obviously, but I think what we're going to do eventually is we're going to break out of it. Now, even if you thought of this as a rising wedge, right, you would have your target right here at the bottom where the wedge was created, and that gives us a target of 0.0137. And you would say that that's your target, and I would say, okay, that is your target, but I don't think we're going to get there, just because we're not going to lose this lower support line, because you would be in that target only after you start rolling over here, right? And I don't envision that happening for Multivac just yet. So what I think is going to happen instead is we're going to keep on bouncing from this trend line, holding the support of the fibs, and we're just going to break out of that resistance. That's what I think is going to happen. And I think we're going to go parabolic on Multivac towards the end of the year. The market cap is relatively low, so this is still a low cap gem, guys. You're still good to enter over here, and don't enter all in, right? Don't go all in straight away. If you see a little pullback, put a bit more money into it. If you see it pulled back to the 20 EMA, let's say, you can buy off the 20 EMA as well. Now, jumping into some of the oscillators, this is one of the most bullish things right now is the stochastic RSI. You can see that we are over here in the oversold, and that is always a great indicator that tells you, hey, maybe you want to invest in this coin right now because it's starting its next move up. Basically, the RSI, the stochastic RSI, are momentum indicators. So the momentum has died down. We're in the oversold on the daily chart. And now this is where we start the move towards the upside, okay? So keep this in mind. This is one of the indicators you want to be paying attention to. Now, if we look at the RSI, as you can see, we're doing relatively good, staying neutral over here, not having any major moves towards the upside or the downside. Obviously, you want to be waiting for this overextension to the overbought, and this is where you usually take profits, right? Because once you get to this area above the index of 70, this is where you usually roll back down, and this is kind of your take profits zone. If you're looking to take profits, obviously I'm not forcing anyone to take profits at any resistance levels. And we're getting the uptrend confirmation by the MACD. So realistically, if you're looking to get into Multivac, now is still a pretty good time to get into, because all the indicators are pointing towards buy. As you can see, the histogram is going to start flipping to the upside very soon, and we're getting the bullish cross, this is a lagging indicator. So once we are in the uptrend, right? Once we are in the uptrend already, that's when we get the bullish cross on the MACD. It's a bit late, right? So you are a bit late to the party if you're trading according to the MACD, but it's a bit safer because you get your confirmations, and there's more momentum, so there's less risk for you. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it for the daily chart. Let me jump back into the 4-hourly to see what we're doing on a smaller time frame. So now jumping into the 4-hourly chart over here, let me just throw another little fib over here from this swing low right here to this swing high over here. And we're going to get rid of this larger fib retracement. So you can see that we're hitting our head on the 0.618 over here. And that's expected because this is the golden ratio. This is the fib level that has the most resistance out of all the fibs. We're getting the bullish cross on the 4-hourly chart. So what you can do is you can wait for a back test of the 20 EMA on the 4-hourly chart. That would be your sort of perfect entry point. And from there, you can look to take profits. If you're looking to take profits, obviously, at these resistance zones that I pointed out. And on this fib, you can either take profits from this previous swing high at 0.029. So you could take profits at the 1.272 at 0.031, or you could wait for the 1.618 over here. That is the target. Once you start breaking this swing high over here, your target is the 1.618, and that's what you're looking for. Obviously, you have to break this high, back test as support, and that's when you're in a technical target to the 1.618, right? Right now, you're not in a technical target to that. What you do want to look out for is potentially here we're creating this sort of double top pattern over here. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to lose this low, because if you lose this low over here, if you start losing this low in between the two highs, you're looking at a pullback, and you're potentially looking at 0.0157 cents. I don't envision that happening, but as you can see, this would be a very nice support level over here that we have, because we've bounced off that level previously. And never say never in crypto. We can potentially come back down here, but that would mean that we're losing this blue trend line, and we don't really want to do that. But if we do, you have your target. I'm just gonna drop the price tag in there. So this is in the case of a Bitcoin pullback, right? If we do get a Bitcoin pullback, this double top pattern plays out, then yeah. But if not, this is not a double top pattern. We break through this little resistance area over here, which is pretty much the 786 on the fib. We break through that, we make a higher high, we invalidate the pattern altogether, and this is off the table, right? This target is off the table. So yeah, keep that in mind. And if we take a look at some of the oscillators, so yeah, on the stochastic, we're a bit overbought, starting to roll over. So that's a sign where we didn't get overbought on the RSI over here, but we're starting to roll over as well. And on the MACD, yeah, we're getting a bit overextended on the MACD. So this had a little nice run up. I did actually get into Multivac for a quick trade, and I did sell at 0.0235, I think, and it started going up from there, obviously. But I do these quick trades sometimes for a bit of profit. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Make sure to check me out on Twitter, check out the Telegram chat, check out the Discord server, and please consider becoming a crypto club member. We do have a Patreon on the channel. I do share my thoughts in there as well. I do share my low cap gem findings, anything related to crypto is going first to the HaZeeq's Crypto Club. So, you know, if you want to support me and you want to get some extra exclusive content and content that's really helpful, I've been, you know, giving some nice coins in there that have performed very well since I dropped the posts there. So yeah, if you feel like that's something you'd like to be a part of, feel free to check out the link in the description. Other than that, thank you for watching. If I missed out anything on the charts, let me know down below in the comments section. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.